Online government, a new concept for real-time democracy that helps remove the common problems we're seeing now, specifically the differences between what the people want and what politicians are deciding. This concept somewhat removes and changes politicians' current role in the government, and it's intended to be a system not bound to any one country or government, but shaped by its leaders who are its creators. Imagine seeing your country's votes in real time on a map, on any particular bill, topic, or opinion, to see both the mean and the outlier's input. Whether voting online, whether by an app on your phone, or using a website, the numbers will show the consensus of the people, whether it's unified or not. This changes the decision-making process in the bills that get passed. There becomes no one singular person to sway. The people as a whole must be convinced. Bills can be created at any time by anyone, but just as Congress votes on specific bills on specific dates, so will the people. The current system for implementing new bills benefits lobbying and big players more than the everyday citizen. Whether you're a billionaire or you're homeless, all ideas have value, and it should be up to the will of the people to see which of those bills should grow and take priority. With an online government, any one person would be able to create legislature, to write or introduce a bill which would grow in popularity by votes. Online government has been something that I've been wanting to work on for quite some time now, and I can't think of a better time to start hashing it out together than during a government shutdown. Surely this is representative of why we need to explore other options and possibilities for the future. This is just my take on a possible new direction and solution. It is day 6 of the government shutdown. By definition, our government is not successfully functioning. Clearly there's an imbalance, and clearly something isn't right. What an online government can do: it can prevent elitism and governmental hierarchy, lobbying by big businesses to politicians who agree to support their cause. It can prevent lack of transparency in all decision making, and it can prevent just overall greed. Now, what it can provide a true representation of the people. We can self-represent. It can provide removal of dirty lobbying, transparency, and true patriotism. Instead of being proud of our great nation only because we were born here, we can be proud of our nation because we were here to build something great together. Congress was created nearly 50 years before the advent of the telegraph. When Congress was being formed, representatives were elected by colonies, towns, and states to travel and share what the people of the designated area thought about certain ideas. Now, messages are near instantaneous. They cross thousands of miles in a blink of an eye. We no longer need representatives being points of control between what the people want and progress. The concept for an online government would never make it past the doors of the Capitol, much less make it to the floor, because it's a platform that removes much of the needs for the representatives altogether, putting the majority of Congress out of a job. We don't need to have representatives to legislate on our behalf anymore. With the power of the internet, we, the people, can represent ourselves. Of course, natural-born leaders will emerge, but it won't be for the sake of privilege or title, but only out of care and passion for our country. If we continue with the republic style, we will still have representatives, but they'll be in the form of true leaders and advocates for the people. Whether an online government should be its own platform or it should just latch on to existing government structures is unknown, but I'm firstly looking for the funds to further this concept into a prototype by the will of the people. Let's take a walkthrough of the idea. A user will be able to view real-time data of legislature, proposals, bills, and leading opinions that will be represented on all levels: national, state, or province, county, city, and local neighborhood area-based data will be available for all to see. All data will be relative to the area looked at, whether they're bills, public opinions, or financial data. An overall general consensus of the vibe of the people will be evident to a user by means of heat maps and trending topics. Every user will have the ability to create a new bill, vote, subscribe to, or share a bill. They can post an opinion or rate others' opinions. A forum-like community based on topics will be implemented so any general topic, along with more narrow subtopics, can be created and discussed. Through discussions within these topics, people will refine a consensus of opinions on a particular topic, and from these can come new bills or changes to existing policy. Any one opinion can become the voice of the people. As a comment or opinion builds reputation on a social network, so does one through participation, wisdom, and leadership. Again, the leaders, movers, and shakers will become the natural representatives. Every bill will have its own page. A synopsis will try to simplify the bill, with the option to read the full bill. You can see its top opinions, evenly shown amongst others. These opinions are community-rated leaders, amount of votes, and public support. Rated and community-attached media regarding the bill, available history and revisions of the bill are accessible. Bills will naturally and organically build traction based upon growth in public interest. Many of our current problems stem from the system in place now, but by changing this system, we remove much of those problems entirely, unless big money wants to pay the people to pass something. How many more tens or hundreds of years are we going to allow the same problems to exist? At this point, the issues are fairly simple to change, and to prevent, and to reverse. My name is Corey Armbrecht, and I can create this prototype, but the idea is what is most important. What the idea is, I am creating a graphical user interface for a concept that will help disrupt our current government model in ways that will help foster the people's voice. The goal is to create a prototype, an interactive user interface for a government website or application as a means to show possible new technological solutions and advancements to government and its systems. In short, I want to show people that the government we have in place now is not the most efficient or effective system we have or can have to govern the people. To do that, I want to create an interface for an app to put governments online. Informed, real-time democracy and political and financial transparency. This will be released with a goal of 1 to 3 months, depending on community input and shaping. This project will be open source and community driven, a true representation of the people. I want people to know that this project isn't to change the government. I just want to show people how we could change the government. Hopefully from that point, take further input and refinement and grow this idea to its next stage. The best part about it is hearing of the idea. I'm asking you, the people, to take this undeveloped concept and turn it into a prototype. I'm looking to raise enough funds to get this concept to a prototyped interface. Originally, there was a number associated with this goal, but every donation essentially buys time and focused creative effort into the development. Any donation is a step forward. If the original goal isn't reached, most likely a Kickstarter will be launched. The more funds that are donated, the more creative and smart people I can add to it, and the better this idea can become. Why you should care? It should go without saying why you should care. But if a government that isn't working, again, we are in a shutdown, that is lying to you and hiding from us, the NSA, out of control with its debt, we won't survive this way. We must adapt, change, and lead as in the past. With all these problems going on right now seems like a great time to throw in and foster more of this type of thinking. I thought we would be working on much different problems in 2013. What this would effectively imply: a true democracy with better representation, government, political, and financial transparency, an organic way of reform, a social-based democratic government, a quantified government, a new wave of efficiency.